Manuel Pellegrini has been named as West Ham's new manager. So, Hammers fans, I know a few of you, a very passionate bunch. You've got a good guy here. Diamond in the rough. He's on a 3-year deal. Joe Hart, I think this guy will make Joe Hart his first permanent signing. You've had him on loan. It hasn't been great. Joe Hart has not been playing well, but Pellegrini's worked with Joe Hart before, and they had a very good working relationship. And he actually made Joe Hart's save percentage actually go up at Man City. I think Pellegrini is going to want to work with Joe Hart. He'll sit down with him, have a conversation, and see what Joe Hart wants. Joe Hart needs a club that wants him permanently. Man City, the way they're dealing with him, not great. For a guy who's played most of his career at Man City and was instrumental in getting him a couple of trophies with some of his goalkeeping performances, the way Guardiola dealt with him, not great. Pellegrini dealt with him very, very well and worked with him very well, and they worked together very well. A lot of communication there, a lot of respect between the two. I can see goalkeeping not being a problem next season. I can see Pellegrini sitting down with Hart and going, right, what help do you need? He's bringing, bearing in mind, Pellegrini has demanded that his old goalkeeping coach from Man City days comes and meets his goalkeeping coach here. I think they're going to have a meeting with Joe Hart and Joe Hart's agent and have phone calls with Man City saying, look, we'll have this goalie. And I think long term, Man City might slightly regret that. But I know West Ham fans haven't been happy with Joe Hart this season. Pellegrini could fix a lot of those problems with Joe Hart and sit down with him. That's why I like Pellegrini. He's the type of guy who will talk to players and he'll work out what issues are affecting these players and how to make them better. The issues he's got to fix are up front. Andy Carroll has got to go. He's not good enough. He's never fit, and when he is fit, he gets himself suspended a hell of a lot of the time. Javier Hernandez, I think Pellegrini can possibly encourage him to stay and work with him again. Another player who's had a very under-par season. And Pellegrini's the type of guy who will sit down and go, right, how can I make your stay here better? How can I make your time here better? How can we improve you as well? And also get your morale up. He's that kind of guy who will have a conversation with players. I think midfield and defence as well need to be strengthened. I think Mark Noble, for a lot of criticism he does get a lot. He's one of the few midfielders that I can actually name off the top of my head who plays in this West Ham side. He is Mr. West Ham. He's been a boyhood fan of the club for his entire life. He probably knows the history of West Ham inside and out, front and back. He probably has that book on the history of West Ham, and he probably reads it cover to cover on a daily basis. Because he knows more about West Ham than Sullivan, Gold and Brady ever will. They probably won't even get past chapter 1 before they go, yeah, we know everything, and they don't. I think, again, Pellegrini will sit down with him and go, right, you've been the club captain for a while, give us your thoughts. Let's see what we can work out here. Defensively, okay, letting Collins go by text message was a stupid decision and also disrespectful by West Ham to Collins. They need to strengthen the defence and the midfield. Up front, all they've got to do is get 1 or 2 strikers and wingers to support Hernandez. I think Hernandez will be a lot happier with a strike partner who is fit, who doesn't get suspended, but at the same time can also have a good relationship, working relationship. I think that's where the fixes need to be made. I think about 7 signings, maybe 8 signings will do. I know some of the things I've said may not agree with all West Ham fans, like keeping Mark Noble as captain and signing Joe Hart long term, but Pellegrini, I think, has worked with Joe Hart before. It worked at Man City before. They had a good working relationship. I think he can fix a lot of Joe Hart's problems by bringing his old goalkeeping coach from Man City to West Ham. They had a good working relationship. To me, that is a win-win. You get almost a free transfer, so it's not a big transfer because he's been on loan for 2 years from Man City. There's an option to sign him on a reduced deal. He's not playing for England this summer, so apart from getting on summer holiday, Pellegrini's got all summer with no injuries to work with Joe Hart. Should Joe Hart stay? I'm not saying he will, but should West Ham decide to get Joe Hart more permanently, Pellegrini and his backroom staff all summer basically to work with Joe Hart, work on his fitness, work on his confidence, work on his technique, see where he's got holes in his game that have developed, see where his confidence is low and why it is low, and have a chat. At least Slaven Bilic had faith in Joe Hart. David Moyes didn't. Threw him on the scrap heap. Went with Adrian. Now, Adrian's not a bad keeper himself. I'm not knocking Adrian here either. He's not had a great season himself. But in that game against Everton, pulled off some very, very good saves. He's also underrated. I think Pellegrini is going to want to work with both of them, have them both compete for number 1. I think that's going to drive both these players to improve. The other areas, defence, midfield and attack, do need to be strengthened. And I'm hoping, I'm praying the owners give him time. And I'm praying the West Ham fans, I'm praying for you guys, give a bit of patience. It's going to be not a quick fix for Pellegrini. He's going to want to have a good season to assess this team. He will make you guys better. You will finish higher up the table. It won't be the most glittering football at times. He's a pragmatic manager. He will want to strengthen the defence first and the goalkeeping, and then fix the midfield and attack as and when. He will also probably promote a hell of a lot of youth players. If budgetary constraints are such, he will probably call upon a lot more exciting young youth players who may get more of a chance to play more minutes. He's that type of guy. He really will look at all his options, and he will try and be as expansive as possible with the squad he's got and the squad he can assemble. It may not be the prettiest times, but I swear it'll be far more positive than David Moyes ever was. He's also the type of guy in press conferences take a lot of pressure off the players who had a bad game and so look, my decisions, my tactics, we make mistakes. He's that kind of guy. So I'm going to leave that there. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.